What's up, motivators? Timothy here, and I hope you are doing well. We are at the beginning of a brand new year. And with the many people making New Year's resolutions, many individuals saying, this year I wanted to sound an alarm that I believe it is vital for you to get a hold to. I know this video may not be for everybody, but there's a select few of individuals where you are tired of being comfortable in such a way that the comfortabilities around you are becoming uncomfortable, where you know that you're in a season of pivoting. You know that you're in a season of change. You know that what's before you is going to require a leap of faith, and you have been dragging your feet, and you are once again finding yourself at the crossroad, the same place you were last year when you knew you were supposed to make a change, and you have an opportunity right now. I want to call you. I want to challenge you. I want to implore you, family. I want to beg you to pivot. Let me tell you, and I don't know what the details of your situation may be, but I know there's individuals where you have outlast your season, you have outlast your job, you have outlast your ministry, you have outlast your business, you have outlast your relationships, you have outlast the expiration date of those seasonal things where you know you were supposed to move on a long time ago. And if in a placenta, there's a reason why a child in the womb has to be born at a certain time. And if the baby is left in the womb too long, it can become too dangerous for the baby. It can literally life threatening. And there becomes a moment where the placenta can become so hard that it can kill the baby. The very season, the very incubator, so to speak, the very thing that was meant to carry the baby to safe delivery, if it's outside of its due season, it can kill it. And many of you have been carrying a seed and a dream inside of you, and your placenta is hardening, and it's time for you to push. It is time for you to pivot. Let me talk to some people of the Christian faith, so to speak. Let me talk to you right now, because sometimes we can use asking God for confirmation, asking God for signs as a crutch. And let me tell you, there's an individual in the book of Judges. His name is Gideon. And Gideon found himself in a moment where God was commissioning him to do something great. He was in a place of deep insecurity. And he got to a place where he wanted to understand if he heard the voice of God or not. And so he said, okay, God, if this is you, if this is the direction I need to go, if I'm hearing truly from your voice, I want this fleece to be dry and the ground to be wet. And the next day, sure enough, it was. Then after that, he said, all right, well, now I want the ground to be wet and the fleece to be dry, or vice versa. And sure enough, it was. I want you to see, after those moments where he gained clarity of his direction, he never asked for that fleece again. And there's some individuals, I'm pressing hard because I'm trying to give some urgency to you right now. There's some individuals that you have been cycling fleeces. You're in between. You have been in this habitual pattern of confirmations, and it feels good to be at that place because you feel like you're making progress, but because you're making movement. But the reality is you're simply going in circles because you lowered your anchor at that place of fear of the unknown, because that leap of faith requires you of letting go of something that you've always that you worked hard for, or something that you're comfortable, something that is familiar, and you keep asking for these fleeces. You keep living in this place of procrastination, and it's dangerous. And you are missing your moment. You are outlasting your season. You are allowing opportunity to pass by you, all because it's not familiar. So can I speak some things to you right now? What you need this year is a couple of things. What you need this year is courage. Yes, courage. Let me tell you what courage is not. Courage is not moving in the absence of fear. Courage is moving in spite of fear. Courage is not saying that there's no uncertainty, no anxiety, no worry within you as you face these battles of life. No, courage is digging deep and moving even when fear and risk and uncertainty is present. It's so if you're waiting for the feeling to be for this lofty feeling of fear to alleviate and dissipate from your life, that is a horrible measuring stick of timing. Sometimes you gotta have courage to step into places when it's scary. Secondly, I want to bring this to you. First, you need to have fear, or you need to be courageous. And secondly, family, you need smart goals. This year, you're not going to simply just have this dream without a plan. No, you're going to make smart goals. What are smart goals? Right there on the screen. You need to make sure it's specific. You need to make sure it's measurable. You know what I mean? You need to make sure those goals are smart. Write it out, family. Make it clear. And that'll help. That's half the battle right there. So I want you to be courageous this year. I want you to have smart goals this year. And I want you, lastly, to get rid of any naysayers, negative talkers, haters, and anybody that's going to impede your dream. I don't care who they are. I don't care how many years you know them. I want you to make sure you are drawing a clear boundary in your life where there will not be another person talking you out of your purpose. Yes, you need individuals that are going to help you to see what you're trying to do in a real way. Help you to, hey, this is my goal. As I get there, you need realists and people like that. You need people who can recognize what the problem is. But you don't need pessimistic people. You don't need those negative naysayers, those dream killers. You don't need anybody like that in this season of your life. You have wasted enough time to entertain people around your table that have no business being there. This is your moment. This is your season. This is your time to pivot. It's right now, this year, this moment. So can I challenge you? Can I encourage you to be courageous, to make smart goals, and to draw boundaries around those haters? Yeah, there's a change that needs to happen. Again, let me just speak to the people of faith. You've been praying. You've been at these altars. Some of you were in prayer in church service yesterday on New Year's Eve, believing God for a new year and a better year. You're believing God for a financial breakthrough. You believe in God for a healthy relationship. You believe in God for all this stuff. You've been praying and praying to God for all these different things, but yet you don't want change. You don't want him to move you to a different job. You don't want him to change your relationships around you. You want growth, but you don't want change. You want progression, but you don't want change. You want growth, but you don't want friction. In order for things to move, in order for a car to move forward, that tire creates traction, and that traction creates friction, and it moves forward. You want all these things without the things that's necessary to bring it about. Listen, if you are praying, if you are believing for these things, it's gonna demand a change. Sometimes you gotta pivot. Sometimes you gotta change. And I want you to be okay with it. And again, I know that's not for everybody, but I know this from somebody. I know this from somebody watching this. This is your season. This is your moment. You were supposed to leave that church you've been pastoring for 15 years, a long time ago. You are outlast your season, and you are in the way of a Joshua that God is trying to raise up. You're supposed to leave that church a long time ago and start the ministry God is calling you to do. You have outlast your season, and you're in the way of somebody else. You were supposed to get married and put a ring on that finger a long time ago, but you're living in fear for whatever reason. I don't know. You were supposed to leave that job and start your entrepreneur desires a long time ago. But for whatever reason, you've talked yourself out of it. Again, be courageous. Yes, have smart goals. Have a plan. Step into something. But I'm telling you, family, don't waste another year. Don't waste any more time. This is the moment. This is your year. This is your opportunity. Now is the time. It's time to pivot. So motivators, there's a lot of things coming. I'm preaching to the choir. I'm preaching to myself right now. There's a lot of incredible things going. This will be the best year of my life. This will be the best year of your life. Not because I got a prophetic word, not because I read it on a Facebook post, not because of anything, any of those things. No, I'm gonna tell you why this is gonna be the best year of my life. This is gonna be the best year of your life because you're fitting to be courageous. You're fitting to gonna have a plan and creating smart goals, and you're gonna get rid of all those negative naysayers, those venomous tongues, those gossiping devils that's been around your life. You're drawing boundaries. And there's gonna be some Joshuas and some Aarons and some Hers, some encouragers, some Barnabases, some people around that's gonna speak life into you. This will be your year. Is this year gonna have some uncertainties? Absolutely. Is this year gonna have some difficulties? Absolutely. Notice I never said this year is gonna be easy. I never said this year is going to be without challenge. This year is going to have some struggles. But this year will not be a year where you're going to sit down another year on your lazy boy, waiting for something to happen, when that thing that needs to happen always been waiting on you. This is your moment. This is your chance. This is your year. Motivators, the heart of this channel is to be an oasis of hope in a desert of hopelessness. And I am looking into this year with big vision, with massive vision, and with the articulated plan that I can't wait for you to join me in. So make sure you hit that subscribe button. Make sure you follow, because family, we got a lot of great things coming. Do me a favor, share this video and write those goals down. And because I want to come back to this 6 months from now, and I want to do a recap video or another video, and I want to see in the comment section the things you have done, the things you are doing, things you're in the process of doing, because this is your year, and you're not wasting another moment. I'll holler at y'all later. Peace.